So, this is going to be a big one. Hey, I'm Chris, a men's health and mindset coach, and I want to dive into a topic all about meal planning today. This is something that I noticed come up a lot with my clients, and I thought it could be helpful for you. But here's the first thing I'm going to say. I don't write meal plans for clients. I won't. Meal plans don't really teach you. That's the big thing. Meal plans do not teach you how to make meals. And then when the meal plan ends, what do? Well, we usually gain all the weight back or go back to the other way or get frustrated in the kitchen, right? So what I like to do for clients is I like to help them learn how to build a meal, right? The first step is to know that we're trying to have a balanced plate, right? Balanced plates, 25% carb, 25% protein, 50% fruits and veggies, and a thumb of fat, right? 50% fruits and veggies, thumb of fat. Maybe I should do a video on just balanced plates. You know what? Comment below. Let me know if that's something you would like, because then I'll do it. But balanced plate is always your safe bet when thinking about like foods you enjoy. The big thing, though, that I teach to all of my clients, and I want to share with you because it's so big, is called the fail-safe menu. The fail-safe menu. Now, why is it called a fail-safe menu? Well, basically, fail-safe just implies you're always backed up by it. And backed up, I mean as in you can't fail with it. It's going to help you. So here's a scenario that usually pops up for a lot of folks, myself included. We could have all the food in the world. We open the refrigerator, we open the pantry, and we just stare there and we go, and then we usually end up grabbing the thing that actually isn't a meal. Maybe it's a bag of chips for you. For me, maybe it's like a bunch of sweet potato fries. I just love that, and I will eat that, especially if I'm in the middle of work or something. Clients will eat the bag of chips, right? And then in like 30 minutes, we're hungry again, and we go back and we repeat the same thing over and over again. Where if we're eating a balanced plate, we're going to be full. The likelihood of us being hungry for something decreases, and the likelihood of us maybe being bored and having to recognize that, well, that can increase, but we can work on that. That's a little bit different. So the idea of a fail-safe menu is this. We want to take the decision fatigue out of it. Decision fatigue is basically you spend the whole day making a lot of tough decisions, and as that goes on, it puts a wear on your ability to make other decisions, and then we usually make choices that aren't in alignment with where we're hoping to go, and we can beat ourselves up. You see where I'm going? What we actually want to do is we want to make sure that we're eating enough and that our blood sugar is balanced so that we can make these choices that we enjoy later too. So the idea here is you're going to want to make a list. Make a list of all the staples that you have in your pantry and in your refrigerator. I'm going to rattle off a few. Things that we always have in our fridge: eggs, we always have bread, we always have hummus, we always have carrots, we always have like peanut butter. Like those are things that we have in our fridge, and yeah, I keep my peanut butter in the fridge. What about it? In our pantry, we have things like tuna fish, we have things like nuts, we have things like rice, quinoa, crackers, cereals, oatmeal. Like I'm just listing things that off the top of my head we always have no matter what. And from those things, I can make meals. Like I can make meals really easily. That's not the problem. The problem is I don't have the brain space sometimes to think of all the possible meals I can make. So here's where the fail-safe menu comes in. On a sheet of paper, you can either write it or you can type it up, and then you're going to print it out. Okay, that's the big thing here. If you're fancy and you have an iPad that you can always leave at all times in the kitchen, you can do that too, or like a Google Home or whatever it is. But we print it out and we put it up on a bulletin board in our house. We come up with all the ideas for breakfast based off things that we already have. One of my go-tos is microwave eggs. Literally, I'll take spinach, I'll crack an egg, I'll put a little bit of cheese on top, I will stick it in the microwave for like a minute, and I scramble it up a little more, stick it in for another minute, scramble it up, and we always have English muffins. So I take one of those out and I pop it in the toaster, and then I put that on there, and boom, I made an egg sandwich in maybe 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and it saves me a ton of time. If I'm busy in the morning and I have a lot of calls, or I'm doing stuff with my son and helping my wife, like, it's hard to make those choices sometimes. So looking at the menu and just picking that thing saves my life in that scenario. For lunch, it could be the same thing. I could have like a million things going on and I don't know what I want, and I look at the menu, and one of the things on the menu is, oh, I can make my tuna power bowl. Well, what's a tuna power bowl? For me, it's using leftovers usually, but another option for me could be some quick quinoa. It could be some rice that I have. It could even be crackers, spinach. I got my tuna in there, some cherry tomatoes, and a thumb of fat, so it would be my avocado in there, and that's my little power bowl, and I'll eat that, and it's, again, super quick. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing sexy, but it actually helps me because I know what that is. Your version of that could be different. Yours could be tuna salad, egg salad, whatever it is, something that you can put together really quick. But again, it's what you actually enjoy, and it can go on that list. You have to brainstorm it, though. I can't think of it for you. I'm sorry. I tell that to a lot of my clients. I can't think of it for you. This is where your homework comes in. Your homework is to think of what goes on that fail-safe menu. So you have to think about, what are those things that I always have in my pantry? Frozen meals also count, too, right? You can have things like, we have frozen veggie burgers, we have frozen turkey patties, we have all these frozen things that I pop out, stick in the microwave, right? It doesn't have to be fancy. Helps you have a balanced plate, helps you be energized, helps you make better choices, and when it comes to dinner time, the likelihood of you making a better choice increases. Why is that, Chris? Your menu only focuses on breakfast and lunch. Like, really glad you asked that question. If we make good choices, and by good I mean the choices that provide us with proper energy and nutrition during breakfast and lunch, the likelihood of us having that brain fog or that decision fatigue will decrease by the evening, and you might make dinner, or you might order something that can still be a balanced plate and feels really, really good and satisfying. However, worst comes to worst, you can still go back to lunch or back to the breakfast menu and eat something off there too. So it's a fail-safe. Literally, you can have it any time of the day, but breakfast and lunch tends to be what works best. So just check that out, try it, and look, comment below with what is going on your fail-safe menu. I'd love to see some new ideas, things that you could try out. If you could like, subscribe, and comment below, I really would appreciate it. Because I'm doing this to help you, but also a little selfishly so I can learn a little bit more about what you need so I can keep creating content like this. So either way, I hope you're having an awesome day, and I believe in you, and I support you.